Get ready for some wow on the Signature Mike Show.
I got that wow. Who wants some hands up right now? We got that. Turn it up loud. I know you're wondering how. I got that wow.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. I have a great show for you. You've been writing in for Design Dilemma, and I have some great solutions for your problems, so you want to stay tuned and watch. I have Kate Redmond with Cross Country Mortgage with us today, and I have John Patrick from WGAC Radio. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, so you're usually behind the microphone.
Yes.
How does it feel to be in the camera?
I'm not a fan of cameras.
People could probably close their eyes right now and they hear your voice and it's like they're listening to the radio.
Yeah, I just, if I look different, I'd like cameras, but
you look
at
great.
least you didn't sit me in a stool.
Oh, yeah.
I usually get put in a stool.
The morning
Fat boys in the stool.
Well, the morning mix stools, that's what you're talking about. They start to swivel, and you're sitting there, and they just start moving around, and it's like you want to hold, and you're trying to not turn around. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. When they asked me, this is the same studio. When they asked me to be here, they said redesign the set. So I'm like, no stools.
Good.
Because I didn't want to spin. You have 49 years in broadcasting. Wow, that's a long time. I thought you were only 52.
I started at 3.
Okay.
Baby radio.
I love it. You've been in Augusta since April 1984. You have a tremendous history in radio. Tell us about some of those things and some of the highlights.
Well, it was the only thing I ever wanted to do. They built a mall in my hometown in Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay.
And they put a radio station in the mall. And you could go up, look at the glass, watch the guy back in the day when there were 45s, records, and things like that. I don't know why it fascinated me, but it did. I wasn't fascinated by doctors or lawyers. I was fascinated by disc jockeys. And it was the only thing I ever wanted to do.
Okay.
And I started young, 18 years old, in Virginia. Spent about 4 years there, moved to Wilmington, North Carolina for a couple of years, and then landed here in April of '84. Didn't plan on staying. That's not what you do in that business.
Okay.
Here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, it's worked out well for you. That's great. You've had such a variety of program director and operation manager opportunities over the years. You've created different groups. You provide radio stations on several media content for several media platforms. In June of 2008, your company created the Augusta Golf Show with John Patrick, which currently airs in 5 markets across the Southeast: Augusta, Savannah, and Brunswick, Georgia, Tallahassee, Florida, and Norfolk, Virginia. Still, that's pretty awesome. It also airs on iHeartRadio platform, and iTunes, Apple Podcasts, on almost devices that stream.
I mean, it's the way you have to do things these days.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. How was that to stay up on the tech stuff?
I don't. Initially, you took it in stride because that's where people were listening. It now just kind of happens.
Okay.
I've been doing it for so long.
Okay.
I started the show when I was 50. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, but it was maybe one of the most rewarding things I've ever done.
Okay.
Because I kind of did it myself.
Okay.
I didn't fancy myself an entrepreneur. Never been an entrepreneur.
Okay.
And that was sort of entrepreneurial.
Yes.
So I've enjoyed it. It will come to an end at some point.
Right.
Maybe sooner rather than later.
Oh, well, we hope not.
But it's been a great experience. I've met some wonderful people. The lady that I'm with would tell the story. Back in my disc jockey days, we would do a lot of concerts, do a lot of backstage grip and grins and meet people, and that was enjoyable. But as I started doing this golf show, and she got to meet people in the game of golf, she would say, as much fun as I had going backstage and meeting artists, the people that you've introduced me to in the game of golf are just the best people. And the game will humble you quickly.
Yes. Well, you've been covering the Masters Golf Tournament now for, 42 years?
This will be my 42nd. Yes.
That's pretty amazing. In June of 2008, you received the Lifetime Achievement Silver Medal Award from the Augusta Advertising Federation for your more than 30 years of broadcasting and community service. You served as Master of Ceremonies for the annual Georgia Golf Hall of Fame induction banquet from '92 to 2010. And then for 10 years, you were the Master of Ceremonies for the annual Mayor's Masters reception, which through the years has honored Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, Gary Player, Raymond Floyd, Ben Crenshaw, many others. These are those names you're talking about that you're introducing your friends to.
Yeah. And those were great times. I thoroughly enjoyed that, and those were wonderful opportunities, and you got to meet people. You know, Nicholas is my childhood hero, and I never really thought that I would have a chance to meet him, or that he would know me, or that I would be on the grounds in '86 when he won his 6th and final Masters. So it's been in many ways a blessed situation.
Yeah, you're talking my language too, because I never thought about me being an entrepreneur, being in some of the situations that I've been in. But when you're good at what you do, it just falls in your lap, doesn't it?
Opportunities arise.
They do.
You know, you're in a different scenario. I ask many entrepreneurs in various fields, are you a businessman that's doing what you love, or do you do what you love that becomes a business?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But you're one of something.
Yeah,
You know?
Exactly. 2018, you became a co-host for the morning news on Beasley Media News Talk Station in Augusta, WGAC, AM and FM. Yeah, and again, the 42 years covering the Masters is pretty amazing.
It's a special place. It's a place I think very highly of. Again, one of the great joys is being involved with that tournament and the people. You know, when you live here, it's different. Yes, there are 300 members that come from all over the country, but the people that work at the club live here.
Yes.
And it's a different experience when you see those people at the grocery store or at a restaurant or something. And it's hard to explain that to people who don't live here, that, you know, the club has employees.
Right.
And those employees are regular people just like we are.
Yes, exactly.
So it's a very special place to me and always will be.
Yeah, well, I can't thank you enough for being on the show and sharing these experiences with us and telling us what it's like to be who you are.
Well,
because we all love hearing your work on the radio.
I appreciate it.
Yes, thanks, John.
Thank you.
For being here. Stay tuned. I have Kate Redmond from Cross Country Mortgage coming up next.
Come on, let's make this blue one shine all day. Let's make this world with everything you say. It's so easy and so wonderful to feel this way. To feel this way.
The ultimate driving machine for everyone at Taylor BMW.
People from all over the Augusta area trust Southeastern Aesthetic Surgery. Led by Dr. Troy Austin, the team is committed to delivering expert care and beautiful, natural-looking results. Whether you're exploring surgical procedures or non-surgical treatments, every patient receives personalized attention in a comfortable, modern setting. Discover why patients across the CSRA trust Southeastern Aesthetic Surgery. Schedule a consultation today.
Welcome to Dink Pickleball on Fears Ferry Road. Stop by our pro shop for exclusive paddles, gear, and apparel that keeps you looking sharp. With 9 state-of-the-art courts, there's always room for your next rally. Our private event space makes every celebration unforgettable. Refuel with chef-curated food, cool off with ice-cold drinks, and catch the action from our loft's perfect view. New to pickleball? Learn from the best with classes taught by our pickleball pros. No membership required.
Cross Country Mortgage brought to you by the Redmond team. Y'all, it's tax time, and it's such an important time. It can be a very important time when buying a home. I have Kate Redmond here from the Cross Country Mortgage. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, tax time is often considered a strategic time to purchase a home, primarily because it aligns financial windfalls with key real estate market opportunities.
Absolutely. Specifically if you're getting a tax refund, because that can help go towards down payment, cover closing costs, covering the cost of inspections, appraisals, earnest money. So,
yes, yeah, because there's money involved with buying a home up front.
There is.
Some of these things. So it's nice if you get a nice refund to do this. And then some people right now, it's a good time to buy a home because it's not prime season for people putting their homes on the market.
Yeah, we're coming into that season, but
yes, coming into it, little less competition, and if you got that windfall of money, it's a good time to come see you.
Absolutely.
And hopefully people have already been seeing you because they're planning, they're getting their credit built. Some people need a little help.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. Some people just think they're in a hole and they're never going to get out of it, and so they just sit in that hole and they rent or whatever.
Right.
But and we're going to read some great reviews that I pulled from your website last night. And there was somebody on there you've worked with for 2 years, and so sometimes it's never too early. It can be too late to start, but they can come in and speak with you, and you can help build them and tell them what they can expect.
Right. Like I've said before, we want to put everyone on the path to home buying. So if it takes 2 years, I would highly encourage, if home buying is a goal, just see where you stand, get pre-approved, talk to us, see what programs could be available, see if there are little things that we need to do to your credit, little tweaks here and there, not to mention some people, because of the way they're paid, they don't have traditional W-2s or tax returns. We have so many financing options for what's considered like non-traditional income qualifying.
Yes.
We have the full spectrum. If you can get financing, we have the option. We have the solution.
Yeah, I know some people are uncomfortable to talk about their money with a stranger, but you are so easy to talk to, and that's half the battle right there. Just coming with somebody that's non-judgmental, that's there to help somebody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you go to meet a stranger to talk about money, it can be a little uncomfortable.
Right. No, our goal is we want people to be able to purchase. We want to do the mortgage.
Yes, of course.
So,
Of course. Yeah. You wanted to talk about various down payment assistance programs available for first-time home buyers as well.
Right, and that kind of lends to what you're talking about. People think, well, I don't have 20%, I don't have 3%, 5%. There are down payment assistance programs for first-time home buyers, specifically for Georgia. There's, Georgia Dream. There's, for South Carolina, you have South Carolina Housing, Palmetto. So there's a lot of options, even if you don't fit into quite the first-time homebuyer bucket or don't fit in their credit requirements.
Yes.
There's other 100% FHA programs. So you structure that, you get with an agent who can negotiate to have closing costs paid. You could essentially get in for very little money.
Yes.
You could own a home.
Yeah, I know. I have a lot of friends that are real estate agents, and they love you and Jason. They recommend you guys all the time. I see it on social media. Y'all are just very, very popular. And it's important for people to know they don't necessarily always need that 20% down, especially when money's a problem. But again, key advantages of buying during tax season, that boost of the refund, lower competition, motivated sellers. I like this documentation readiness, because you've recently completed your taxes, your financial documents like tax returns, W-2s, they're organized and ready for mortgage applications, which can speed up the process.
And it makes it so much easier. Like right now, we're asking for 2025 W-2s, and people have them.
Yeah, I want to come back to some of this because I've got to get to these reviews. I just love this last night. You can highlight 25 years in the business and 846 5-star reviews. That's huge.
Thank you.
That is amazing. And a lot of these are very consistent in that you went out of your way, that you were always available. And you guys will hear this. Kate was very easy to work with and explained everything to me every step of the way. She answered all of my questions and provided excellent customer service. She made the home buying process easy and stress-free. Because it can be stressful for somebody who, this is your business. This is what you do. And you guys stay up on the trends, new trends of mortgages and what's available and all of that. So you have all the information. Kate was always readily available and pleasant to talk with. You are. I can attest to that. I always love to see you. I smile before I even get to you because I know we're just going to have a great conversation. You and Jason are both amazing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kate, for a smooth process. Your team did an outstanding job of staying on us to get all the details and items needed for closing. We would definitely recommend recommend you. That's the thing. You've got to let people know what to expect.
Right.
Some of these people, they get an 800 number or something, and then they're not set up for success.
Right.
They go to closing, or the closing's postponed because things weren't set right, and you guys have it all organized for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Kate is very knowledgeable and helped me with every aspect of my loan process. She was always available to answer any questions or concerns I had. She is very kind, and I am very fortunate because she made everything an easy, stress-free experience.
My goodness.
I like it. Are you getting embarrassed? I'm not shocked by any of this because I know how fabulous you are. Kate is very knowledgeable and will go the extra mile to explore the best option for you. She is pleasant to talk to and always available to answer any questions or concern you may have. Always available. Everybody's saying that.
Yeah.
So you're getting calls and emails and maybe texts.
I tell everyone, you can literally call, text me 24/7.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, Kate helped me for almost 2 years until we found the perfect fit. Again, somebody may need a little time.
And actually, she was, she's self-employed, and she had to do a couple different things with her, how she claimed her income, and she closed a couple months ago.
I love it. That's great. I love this one. I was treated like family. Everyone was helpful and made sure I understood every step of the process. So you guys are a team. You know, you and your husband, and I know you're growing your team as well. There are other people involved as well, other men and women. So you guys have a really great, solid team that you're on top of mortgages and what you can offer people.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. I mean, you know, she's pretty to look at, but she's also just an amazing person and mortgage lender.
Thank you.
I can't thank you enough for being a partner of the show and sharing all this information all the time.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kate. Stay tuned. I have some design dilemmas coming up next.
Hi, Suzanne Lily Honeymichael here with Hardwood Floors and More. 40 years ago, we began a journey built on craftsmanship, hard work, and integrity. Then in October 2005, we took a leap of faith and brought our dream showroom to life. Hardwood Floors and More exists because of you, our clients, friends, and community. We are so grateful for the memories behind us and the dreams still ahead. Join us as we celebrate this milestone with specials throughout the showroom. Hardwood Floors and More, so much more in store for you.
Ever wonder what truly makes a house a home? It's all the thoughtful touches, all the little details that bring personality and character to any space. At Signature Interiors and Gifts, we believe that your home should be as unique as you are. Our collection is a treasure trove of inspiration, just waiting for you to explore. Our team would be honored to help you create a home that's not just lived in, but truly loved. Signature Interiors and Gifts, where every corner of your home tells your story.
I'm Mark Herbert with Herbert Homes. Today we're in beautiful Thompson, Georgia, in a neighborhood called Bordeaux. Most of the homes in this neighborhood here are well below $200,000. If you're thinking about getting a new home, if you're downsizing, or if you're just starting off in life and want something nice, we're one of the original 210 warranty builders in the Augusta area. We're VA, FHA, USDA certified also. So please come on out to Bordeaux. I'll see you out here in the neighborhood. Thank you.
For decades, families and businesses have trusted F&M Bank to walk beside them. We know banking isn't just business, it's personal. That's why we've never aimed to be the biggest, just the most trusted. We're not loud or flashy, just a breath of fresh air in a noisy world. From Washington to Augusta, we're growing the right way by treating people right. F&M Bank, tradition you can trust, and peace of mind you can feel.
Design Dilemma brought to you by Stephanie Richardson of DNS Painting. I feel so good. You know, this is my second day back in the studio since my surgery. I'm feeling good. The swelling's still there a little bit, but it's going down. But every day is better and better. I can't say enough about Troy Austin and his staff at Southeastern Aesthetic Surgery. Just amazing, amazing experience it's been. But thanks for hanging in there with us. I have some great design dilemmas. I appreciate you writing in to Mike@signaturemike.com. I love these. Let's get started. Lynn in Lincolnton. Mike, I am not sure if you assist with exterior design. I would like to update the outside of my home. I would love to paint the brick, but unsure of what color. Can you help? I do a lot of exterior design, and I love that you ask this, Lynn, because you have a great opportunity. What I see here, you have these great peaks, like the one over the garage. You have a couple over here. You have some great structural breaks and elements in this house that will allow you to paint your brick and make it really pop. What you want to make sure of is don't paint it one color, because again, you have this an opportunity, and the opportunity is to do a couple of colors. I would go to a color chart. I don't know what color to recommend to you because I don't know you. I don't know how you live. You want to consider what you have going on the inside of your house. I don't know if you're more modern inside or more traditional. So you want to think about that. So do you want to go more white or gray or maybe a beige or a tan? So I can't give you a color choice until I would meet with you. But I can tell you this, go with a couple of shades, because what you want to consider, I would say this tall peak here, I would do the peak up here, even though this is maybe hardy board or siding, and then we have the brick on the sides of this. You want to do this a dark color, and then I would probably choose the next taller peak here, the one with the white above. I would probably do that, and underneath a dark color. And then I would go 2 or 3 shades lighter, and I would do then the rest of the house. It will give you some depth and definition of your house. A lot of times when you see one color painted on a house, it's like a 2-story house that just has a flat facade, or a ranch home that has a flat facade. But again, you have heights and angles and depths here that you really want to play up on. So when you're doing outdoor painting on your house, keep that in mind and use that opportunity. So I hope that helps you. Let's see, Margot in Augusta. My sofa is still in great shape except for the seat cushions. It is going to be hard to find the matching leather to recover the seats. Can I use a different leather or fabric? Absolutely great question to ask. If you hadn't asked it, I would have recommended that. This is what they call a Chesterfield sofa. It's the one, it sits a little low, but it has the tufting around the back. You see it a lot in a home office maybe. I see people using it in the living room just because they like the look of a Chesterfield sofa. But the cushions here, they absolutely have been worn a little bit. You could change those out. I would find a fabric, maybe a multi-tone fabric, not a solid, but something kind of tweed-like maybe, that brings in the color of the leather, but then maybe another color element. I see you have blue in your artwork, so maybe something with a little blue in it. You could pull a little red in if you wanted, but something tweed, something woven, but something in upholstery weight fabric, because obviously your sofa gets used. But absolutely, a lot of high-end sofas these days, I call it a collage of fabrics. There are 2 or 3 fabrics because, of course, your pillows are going to be a different fabric as well. So you'll have a leather, you'll have a different fabric on the seats, and then you'll have different fabrics on your pillows. That looks great. I designed a lot of brand new sofas that way, so it's very on trend, and you're perfectly fine, and it's going to save you a lot of money. You don't have to replace the sofa because you'll never be able to match this leather. It's already been, maybe the sun's faded it a little bit. It's been worn probably a little bit as well, so you're never going to match the leather. Mike, a friend of mine in Florida asked me for help, and I told her I would ask you. She wants to change out her sofa, but unsure what pieces to get and how to place them. Okay, I see there is a TV right here, and all of your furniture is way, way, way over here. And this is very bulky as well. And you've got all of this big bulky sofa pushed right into that window, all of those windows over there. So I would recommend maybe getting rid of sectional altogether and doing a sofa. If you wanted to, you don't have to push it maybe all the way against the window, but I would position the sofa over here. I'm trying to do the weather. I don't know how we do this. I'll tell you what, the weather people here were really great with that storm we just had coming through. They were probably using this green screen. They did an amazing job. Just wanted to throw that out there. But you want to do a sofa. I'm playing with this. How do I do this? Anyway, you want the sofa against the windows, but maybe pull it away from the windows a little bit. And then you want to do some swivel chairs. You can float them over here in front of the TV. Why am I struggling with this today? But a couple of swivel chairs over here by the TV that you could swivel and be part of the sofa, or you could swivel around to the TV. That TV right there. And then I'll tell you something else. And you could do a couple of other swivel chairs if you want. You might want to keep them somewhat the same so you don't have an eclectic group of furniture around. Let me make a further note on here. I feel like you do need some window treatments in this space. I know you didn't ask, but I'm deducing your picture here. I think this long bank of windows back here, you could do some Roman shades that could go up and down, and they would be up most of the time, so it would still be open window. And then I would do, and we talk about this on the show quite a bit, I would do a couple of drapery panels at those arched topped windows, but I would do a panel right here along the side here, and then I would do one over here with the rod going above the treatment there. There, I did pretty well. Even what that cold front is up in Indiana up there. But anyway, that's what I would recommend. I appreciate you writing in. Write me at mike@signaturemike.com. I always love hearing from you. We'll be right back.
If you're considering any type of plastic surgery, there's no reason to travel outside of Augusta, Georgia. We brought in the most advanced techniques, and I believe we have the most experienced and caring staff in the region.
We've really created a family environment here, and we love to build relationships with all of our patients.
Here at Southeastern Aesthetic Surgery, we specialize in creating a personalized experience and customized experience for every patient.
People definitely ask where I get my work done, where I've been, what I've been doing, and definitely my number one answer is Dr. Austin.
Imagine a life filled with energy, adventure, and clarity, where each day is a new opportunity. At Be Healthy Medical Weight Loss, we're here to turn that vision into reality. With over 15 years of experience in the Augusta area, our specialists are dedicated to guiding your health journey. Whether you want to lose 10 pounds or 100, trust our experts to get you to your goals confidently and safely. Buzz on over to 4150 Washington Road so you can thrive at the Hive.
It's hard to know where to start when shopping for home or kitchen appliances, but you can count on Kelly Appliance for exceptional value and dedicated customer service. Family owned and operated since 1962, their friendly and knowledgeable staff will see you through the entire process, from selecting the right product to experienced delivery and installation. It's no wonder that Kelly Appliance is consistently awarded for their service and expertise. Visit Kelly Appliance at one of their 2 convenient locations in Martinez and Aiken.
I know I say this all the time, but I had great guests today. I was so looking forward to these two. So thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Can't thank you enough. John, I wanted to say your reports through the years have been heard in over 600 stations nationwide, along with the BBC, Australian Radio Network, Fox News Radio, KMOX Radio in St. Louis, everywhere. That's
really?
Yes. You're pretty impressive, man.
Wow.
That's pretty awesome.
Now I'm nervous.
Well, you just do what you do, and obviously you do it well. Kate, in buying a home, people are investing in their future. And they're not throwing rent out that might go up. It's a steady. They know what they're going to pay every month.
Yeah.
They want to remodel.
Yeah, and speaking of tax time, if you buy a house this time next year, when you're filing your taxes, you can deduct your mortgage interest, property taxes, mortgage insurance. It's a great investment.
Yeah, absolutely. That is awesome. Well, thank you for hanging in with us today. We had some great information for you. Check us out on YouTube, the Signature Mike channel, and always email me at mike@signaturemike.com. I always love hearing from you. Don't forget to put some wow in your day, and I hope that we did that for you. We'll see you next time on the Signature Mike Show. Until next time.
Bye.